Oh no.
Hello, 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 friends. Hi, it's me, Mel, Enlightened Spirit, and I'm here today with my friend, Oracle of the Apollo. How you doing, Oracle?
I'm so happy to be here. Thank you for having me. Hi, everybody.
She loves me so much that she has decided to come onto my live stream for my birthday, y'all. It's my birthday. It's my birthday. So this is a special
Happy
birthday
birthday.
reading for all of those born on February 24th or February 25th. This one's for you. This is also for anyone with a brain living in this world, trying to navigate the place we call life. This is also for you. But I've started to work with Oracle quite a bit lately, and I just love her insight. I love her knowledge. I love her energy. And what what a better way to celebrate my birthday than to bring on someone whose energy I love and adore. And so I hope you enjoy being with me, Oracle, and all the energies that surround us as we hashtag live enlightened and spiritual as fuck. Yes. So, oh yeah, look at that. Oh, you got balloons. You
Birthday.
got
There were
some
birthday
balloons.
balloons.
Those were birthday balloons. So, I've got no events for you guys coming up this week or this month. I am doing private sessions, as is Oracle. But Oracle, where are you? Do you want to tell us anything about yourself?
I am in a tiny house in the middle of the woods, and the location is not for public consumption. But I am an integrated
Okay.
energy therapy master teacher, integrated energy therapy master coach also. I teach Reiki as well as I'm a multidimensional trance medium, so I do allow spirit to enter me for different types of surgeries, connections, communications, and I'm here at your service if you need me.
So, what's your handle?
My handle is at the Oracle of Apollo, and
At
my
the
website
Oracle
is
of Apollo.
oracleofapollo.com, and my YouTube channel is the Oracle Guides.
The Oracle Guides on YouTube and at the Oracle of Apollo on social media and
Everywhere.
oracleofapollo.com. So you should definitely go onto the interweb, check out her website, and ask her for a reading. Hook her up with some services. She is really quite phenomenal. And so we start our session with using the affirmators. And of course, you'll get insight from me, but you will also get insight from Oracle. And the card that is showing up for us today, this
On
week,
your birthday.
is inspiration. Inspiration. So the card says, there is a voice of inspiration within me, within you, within all of us. Right now, it's only a whisper, but the more I listen, the louder it will get. Soon, it will be a flawless speech, voiced by James Earl Jones, through a megaphone with lots of applause. Yes! So, inspiration. How are you receiving inspiration? That's what this card is saying to me. And to start to notice how inspiration is showing up for you in your world, in your daily practices, in your moments of stress, and your moments of ease. You have anything you want to add to inspiration, Oracle?
Yeah, actually, I talked about this week. I made a short on it, and it was around the idea that I didn't believe that home is where the heart is, and I felt that home. When I for those of you who don't know, I've been traveling the world, 11 countries, 26 states. I couldn't tell you how many cities the last 3 years, hundreds of cities, and I went around and I asked, hundreds and hundreds of people, what is home? And the reason I asked this was because when everything around you crumbles, when you lose your job, you lose the love of your life, you lose your child, you lose your parents, you wind up being in a place of being actually alone for the first time in your life, or maybe the second time. Home is not where the heart is, because there is, at this point, at this crumbling, when you're at ground zero, it's unfathomable. There's no one to reach out to. There's nothing stable. There's nothing substantial. So as I sat with this question, I pondered it for the last 3 years. This week, I actually had a very clear moment while I was looking across at the bay, because I am on the water. And I heard, home is where inspiration comes out of you. Home is where you feel inspired to grow. Home is where you feel you want to try. This is really where home is. So when you're pulling this inspiration card, I feel like it's very in alignment with what's new in my world, which is what is home. And that is for me feeling inspired to, I met with someone today and I want to build community. I felt inspired to reach out to a stranger. I felt inspired to try new things. I felt inspired to look at myself. I'm curious. These little, inspires, inspire in Latin. And this is to breathe in, to take in, breath.
That's absolutely perfect, because, we have been taught that home is a destination. And you have perfectly explained how home is not a destination, but home is a state of being. Home is where you are most inspired, where you're taking in the food, where you can take your intellect and your spirit and combine it to create something beautiful, something timeless, something encouraging, something uplifting. And I really enjoy that definition of home, where we can let go of the physical constructs that designate a home and actually really go inside ourselves and realize that home is really about how we feel about all the food we're getting in our lives and how we're using it. So home, being the true place of inspiration, is inspired. And that's why she's on, y'all, because she is hashtag living enlightened and spiritual as fuck. Moving right on with this week's reading. So, inspiration. Where are you getting your inspiration? How does it sound to you? Do you feel inspired? Is your state of being one of taking in? And so, the truth. That's our next card. Is the truth, as it's presenting itself to you, is it helping you feel inspired? Are you feeling at home in your body as you take in this truth and then use what has transpired as your truth and using it to create something beautiful, to create something meaningful for yourself? Or are you running away from the truth because perhaps you're still stuck on the physical construct of home? Any thoughts about truth, Oracle?
It's interesting because you're saying the word truth, right? Which is different than the word fact. And sometimes we can confuse those two things. Our truth is the perception of what we have experienced, of our inner world, of our inner monologue, of the projection of our state of being out into the world, versus a fact, which is just something concrete. It has like no emotion. It just is. So for truth to be here, it brings me back, even though we're talking about truth, it brings me back to the word trust, because we have this inspiration, we have this truth. And I feel like with these two things, if we're sandwiching them together, if they were two colors and it was like blue and red, they would make purple, right? So these two things would make trust together. And I feel like I want to say that when we take inspired action based on our truth, this creates a form of trust that we are in alignment with that is meant for us, trusting that we're taking the right decisions based on our truth, and in that inner knowing on what is to pass. And for the people tuning in, this place that I'm literally in is on my vision board. This tiny house that I'm living in is on my vision board, and it's taken years to get to this point. However, there was a truth in myself that I knew that this was the lifestyle I wanted to lead, although the voices of the world may tell you no, because it's wild, it's crazy, it's not this, it's not that. So we have to trust in ourselves and in what we feel is our truth in order for us to grow, expand. And that is the only way that we can attain that inspiration and give it to other people.
Yes, you're absolutely right about that, right? When we think about transmitting our inspiring others, it is really about transmitting our truth. And I love how you said you take the two colors, right? If this is blue and this is red, you get purple. Because the next card is expect miracles. And that is trust, right? When we
Yeah.
trust
Uh-huh.
that we are getting inspired with every breath we take, right? That we are living in a place where this is where we're supposed to be, how we're supposed to be operating, and everything that comes into our purview is there to help serve us. And we take that in as our ultimate truth, right? And we take it into the point where we can transmit that truth to others. We can expect trust, which is expecting miracles. Miracles. Miracles happen every single day for us. And so we have a question in the chat box, and it says, will their channel do well? This is someone on YouTube, my traveling gypsy tarot. Will their channel do well on YouTube? So, I'm feeling as if you continue to have the inspiration to continue with your channel and you speak truthfully and authentically, you can expect a miracle that your channel is going to do well. Now, we want you to understand that truth is here for you to identify what you consider as success, because what you think is success may or may not be the success your heart, your highest self really truly desires. So it's definitely time to go back and investigate those feelings, those sentiments, and allow yourself to get inspired and redefine what success or doing well looks like for you. So you can then align your thoughts and your beliefs together so your miracles are in alignment with all that you hope and dream and all that your spirit guides and ascended masters and loved ones desire for you. So anything about miracles? Oracle?
I feel like
anything
it was
miracles?
It was just validating what I was expressing, because that was the energy that was here. And miracles, I've spoken over the last decade on miracles across stages. Miracles only happen when we allow ourselves to take inspired action, when we don't overcomplicate it, when we don't think it, when we surrender to the divine, we allow ourselves to follow the niggle. That is when things open for us. When we are met with blockade after blockade after blockade, because we have this human plan and we're just not getting it. So for me, like as an example, I was like, okay, I'm gonna move to the most hipster part of Philadelphia so I can be surrounded by music, because I'm a musician, and I'm just gonna find a spot. Like spirit is nudging me to move. And so I found the spot, it was perfect. Someone else took it the same day. I found a spot, it was perfect again. Someone else took it the same day. And this happened about 6 or 7 times. And then I had this vision. It was like, okay, spirit wants me in a tiny house. And then I went and I thought I found it. And then it didn't pan out. And so I was like, I saw it was still coming in my timeline. And I knew it in myself, it was still coming in my timeline. And I was like, you know what? Then it's going to have to land in my lap. I've gone out, I looked, I had a realtor, I went through Facebook Market, I went to the biggest RV convention in the country. I went, and my human plan was not yielding. So I said, it's going to have to land out of the sky, but I'm open to it. I'm not giving up on it. I'm just no longer going to put energy and effort into forcing it, because obviously I don't know where I'm supposed to be. And because I don't know where I'm supposed to be, I needed to let to come to me. So it wound up happening that a friend of mine was like, hey, come over here so you can blow off some steam. And we got snowed in. And because we got snowed in, I had a moment to notice that on the property there was this tiny house. And I laughed. I stopped the car and I pointed at the house and I laughed at it. And I said, I'm gonna live in you. And I just kept driving. And then the property I was staying on, this was also her house. And she was like, yeah, you can absolutely rent it. But that was the joke. I pointed at it and I was like, oh, I'm gonna live in you. It landed in my lap because I wasn't even meant to come here that day. I didn't want to come. I was justifying it. I didn't have the money to get out of the location that I and like really nothing was working. So trust the process.
Right.
If you put out your rockets of desire, it's like ordering from Amazon. You put out the rockets of desire is like ordering from Amazon. Don't realize when the Amazon truck shows up at the front, expect it.
Expect those miracles, expect that Amazon trust, right? And so, yes, right here we have a comment. Yes, trust more in yourself and with your gifts. Now, they want us to know that with inspiration and truth and expect miracles, we really don't have to look outside of ourselves to have these things happen. Yes, there are going to be outside factors that will probably, will have some bearing on the situation. Like you might have to cooperate with some people or make a phone call. But they're saying that you've got all the power you need to actually have your miracles come true. So when we think that we are less than or we're not equipped, oh, we just lost Oracle. We'll pull her back. When we think we're less than or we're not equipped, we are literally getting in the way. We're literally saying that we are the bosses of creating miracles. We are the bosses of dictating how trust needs to show up in our lives. And I know for Oracle and for myself that whenever I've run into a desire that I had that seemed to meet an obstacle, the more I looked outside of myself thinking that this person was in my way or that thing was in my way, the further my desire got. But when I realized that if it was for me, it'll be for me. And when I realized that I was perfectly equipped to handle any situation that came into my purview, that is when the miracles really started to manifest. And so that's why this card right here, self-reliance, is telling us to take the energy from outside and put it back towards the inside of us where it belongs. Cultivating peace, serenity, listening to your inspiration, actually working out your inspiration, right? Don't waste your time working harder. Spend it working smarter by investing in yourself, your energy, and really honing what those rockets of desire are supposed to, or what you want those rockets of desire to look like and feel like. And so, any thoughts on self-reliance? Because we have one more left. Is she frozen?
Can you hear me?
You're breaking up a little bit.
And the collective reading that's happening right now is to trust yourself. That's what this whole thing, that resilience, you can do it, the effort. So you can put in the effort.
Yes.
You have capacity. This resilience is because you're getting back up. You have capacity. It is greater than what you're giving it credit for. And that in itself, when you awaken to the fact that you have more depth that you didn't realize you had before, you're gonna just be in awe.
Right? And that how do we build reliance or resilience and perseverance? We had to get knocked down, right? Every time we thought we failed or we encountered an obstacle, that was literally the universe giving us the tools, tricks, tips, and treasures so we would learn how to get back up, reinvest that time and energy in ourselves, so we can then co-create, collaborate with the miracle process. And so our last card for this reading is energy healing. And this is the card that says, all right, you're going to do all this heavy lifting. You're going to get in touch with the truth. You're going to take in inspiration just like you're taking in breath. You're going to expect miracles. You're going to rely on yourself, but you need to clear and heal your energy. So they're asking you, what are you scrolling and looking at on your phone? What type of foods are you eating? Are you taking time to meditate? Are you taking time to exercise? Oracle, what are you doing to help heal and fortify your energy right now?
Last night I did Reiki on myself. This morning,
nice.
Last couple mornings started with different affirmations. And then I sat at the bay and I just looked at all the sparkles on the water and I just shut the phone off. Now, a part of energy healing too is allowing myself, and I have this differently, to embrace new people. Ties to not. That is a part of energy healing. Sharing a story.
You're absolutely right about that. And for some like me, that's a balance, right? Because sometimes I can go all the way out there and forget to come back in, right? And really deal with myself. So what are you doing for your energy and how it's being presented, not only for people around you, but yourself on the inside? And that's where inspiration comes in. You can tell with your breath about whether or not your energy is really feeling, sluggish or energetic, whether or not you need to connect with more people, or whether or not you do need some time alone. And so this whole reading is saying that there are so many answers inside of you and around you that if you choose to pay attention to how inspiration is showing up in your life, you're going to be amazed, because miracles are going to happen. Truth is going to be revealed. You're going to be stronger. Yes, my dear.
This is for someone very specific, but as far as the energy healing goes, Spirit keeps saying it doesn't have to be first. The energy work first, and then those other things.
Oh no!
It doesn't through, because all those other things that happened beforehand and energetic healing have taken place after. So if you're panicking,
very good.
Don't worry, it doesn't have to be first, okay? This can be the consequence of the inspiration, the action, the miracles, and then it's coming after.
That's a very good point. Yes. So although we're doing them in a certain order, this does not necessarily mean this is the order that it's going to be done in. And you're absolutely right. All the miracles, the truth, the inspiration could be a result of the energy healing that you have done previously. The great thing about energy healing is that energy healing happens at so many times of our lives. We just want to make a concentrated effort to focus on doing some energy healing, and is listening to your inner voice and noticing when your energy is feeling not so bright and shiny, and doing the things we need to do in order to get ourselves back on track. And so before we pull our last card, I just wanted to say thank you to Oracle. And in case you didn't know, she is Oracle Guides on YouTube. So you can follow, subscribe, and like her channel. Make sure you share, because she has loads of amazing wisdom, insight, knowledge to share with you. And I know she was cutting in and out on this podcast, this live stream. But next time we will know better and do differently. But you can also find her at the Oracle of Apollo on Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, Facebook. And her website is www.oracleofapollo.com. So check out her website. And this last card is just a message from heaven. And this is really great because it really speaks to the energy healing. And it says, tears cleanse the soul.
Oh my God! Don't you know there's a whole scientific study around this? That this is literally that it is literally cortisol leaving the body.
Yes. Yes, it's a biomechanical process. When we cry, we're literally pushing toxins out of our eyes and we are recalibrating our system. So, for those of you who are feeling less than inspired, maybe feeling a little lower energy, hoping and praying for miracles, not feeling like you're enough, cry. Give yourself a good cry. And if you can't cry, then sweat. If you can't cry, you can't sweat, then scream, then sing. We do want you to push out the energy that is stagnant to allow some new energy to come in, because you can't fill a full cup.
The Greeks used theater for
Really need some crying. It's been a little bit of time since I've
the
cried.
as a way of purging emotions. So
theater. That's true too. Actually, you kind of reminded me of that, right?
Say about that.
I didn't want
to
watch the sad emo movie.
To cry. Yeller.
Wait, what was that?
The ancient Greeks.
Yeller. Oh no.
The ancient Greeks used theater as a way for men to purge their emotions, and I was saying like something like that's gonna guarantee you to cry, like Old Yeller. Something was sad. That's gonna be a sad definitely to help you purge that. But before we get off of here, Melanie, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Melanie. Happy solar.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Oracle. Thank you all for showing up, and thank you so much for the comment and the question in YouTube. You can find the information about me and Oracle on my page. Thank you so much, guys, for being here and giving yourself an opportunity to hashtag live enlightened and spiritual as fuck. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Ciao.
Bye. Ending stream. And now. And